we got some trouble in paradise among the intellectual dark web types. So, I don't know how many of you guys remember this, but remember when that original article came out on the intellectual dark web, and you had, was like Joe Rogan and Sam Harris and Ben Shapiro and Dave Rubin, and I think it was Bari Weiss who actually wrote that article back when she was with the New York Times. And then since then, Bari Weiss left the New York Times, and she started this thing called the Free Press. She also started a fake university called like University of Austin or Austin University or something like that. And, you know, it was big on this self-suck-off session of like, oh, we believe in free speech, bro, and like nobody else does, but we do, bro. And then now all of a sudden, all these people morphed into fucking like Trump defenders and Zionist sycophants, and they're just disgusting. Like all these people, and that's why the intellectual dark web effectively collapsed. And you got infighting going on over there. Well, now we got some more trouble in paradise. So Tim Dillon, who of course is a Rogan Sphere comedian, who I've been giving a hard time lately because he's way too soft on Trump and not seeing the obvious reality of the Epstein files, that Trump is in the fucking Epstein files, and that's why he won't release them. Anyway, here you have Tim Dillon is going to go after Bari Weiss, and it gets both funny and interesting. Let's watch.
The political fallout from this scandal, it would be monumental, and it would affect some of the wealthiest people in the world and our relationships with different countries, namely Israel. I mean, unless we're all completely wrong here and that Jeffrey Epstein was not at all connected to the Mossad. But it seems he was. It seems he was. So again, it would call into question this relationship that we've had with our, quote, greatest ally for a very long time. That can't happen. I don't care how many, Bari Weiss, whose company is, sold now, is going to sell to CBS for $3 trillion or something.
All right, let me pause here to point out. So Bari went independent, right, and did this free press thing. And then now she got a knock on her door recently from CBS, and CBS said to her, we want you to be like a quality coordinator, or, somebody who monitors the coverage over at CBS. Now, stop and think about what's been happening at CBS recently. What's been happening is they just got their merger approved. They were trying desperately to get their merger approved with, Paramount, with a bigger company, right? And they went soft on Trump in order to do it. The head of 60 Minutes had to step down because he felt like he was being muzzled and he couldn't tell the truth anymore. They fired Stephen Colbert because Stephen Colbert mocks the president all the time. And the other thing is, they didn't like how not only anti-Trump some of the stuff on CBS was, but also anti-Israel in the sense that they're objectively covering the genocide of the Palestinian people. And so CBS goes, bring in Bari Weiss. Bring in Bari Weiss to check these motherfuckers. Bring in Bari Weiss to make sure that the coverage is sufficiently pro-Israel. That's why they want to bring her in, right? And so that, and there's, like Tim Dillon was saying, they want to pay her like $250 million for the free press. Let me tell you something, guys. The free press has a fucking fraction of the cultural sway and the numbers that this show gets. If she's worth $250 million, is my show worth what? $750 million? If somebody wants to buy it? Are you kidding me? It's all fake. It's fake. It's fake. This is all fake. This is literally like big money interests just throwing $250 million at Bari Weiss to police the discourse when it comes to Israel and Palestine, to make sure you don't let the media go too pro-Palestine and call the genocide out for what it is. That's literally the whole point. So Tim Dillon is about to tee off on that fact.
Bari Weiss, whose company is, sold now, is going to sell to CBS for $3 trillion or something. Larry Ellison's son's buying the free press. The very important free press blog that is on Substack is worth $250 million. And I like Bari, but the free, the one that gets like 7,500 views on YouTube, that powerhouse conglomerate media company is worth $250 million. By the way, so the Tim Dillon show is apparently worth $1 billion. Hello, Miriam. Where's my fucking money? $300 million, $250 million for Bari Weiss's blog, in which she interviewed megastar Ross Douthat from the New York Times about why conspiracies have taken the hold of the American mind. And Ross goes, well, the thing about conspiracies is there's an element of truth. Not in this one. There's not an element of truth. It's all truth. It's all the elements of all of the truth.
Talking about Epstein.
It's not a kernel of truth. It's lots of kernels in a bag of popcorn. But there's this is what, and every article now is like, why have conspiracies, the minds of people are being warped. They're melting because of the conspiracy. So, again, and everyone talks about, like, everyone's like, oh, the grift is to go against Israel. It's like, clearly not. The grift is $250,000 for the blog.
Yes, the grift is pro-Israel. That's where the money is. Bari Weiss has always been anti-Palestine. They ran some disgusting-ass articles. The question, are people really starving in Gaza? This is what they do. It's pro-Israel propaganda, and boom, she gets the giant payday. If you speak up too strongly for Palestinians, your ass gets banned. You get called an anti-Semite. You get called a Hamas apologist. You get kicked out of polite society. You certainly get kicked off your college campus. How many lives have been ruined because people decided to attend an anti-genocide protest? Right? Please spare me the grift being pro-Palestine. Are you kidding me? It's the exact opposite.
Nice woman, sweet, charming woman. Her and her wife, lovely people. No issue with them directly at all. They don't like me anymore, which is fine because, again, you're on the team or you're not on the team. You criticize one thing, you're off the team.
To be fair, that's what it's like in the Rogan sphere, too.
No, that website got big during a time in our country when the prevailing wisdom was that our biggest problem was that a white girl would make burritos in Portland. Remember that? That was the time that the free press was a revolutionary concept. When, like, there'd be a burrito truck in Portland where some white bitch was making a taco, and there was an article about how it was cultural appropriation or, how it was like, a mansplaining to tell a woman or whatever. That was when the free press got big. It was when it was just like this era in our country where we were the most ridiculous, like what a pumpkin say about the history of slavery, like all of those ridiculous art. The free press came in to counter that narrative. And they had me at some of their debates, and I think some of the people that worked there are fun. And again, it's no shade to Bari, $250 million. Is it worth that? It's a blog. It's a full blog. It's a blog. And it's a small YouTube channel. Whatever, God bless. But apparently the brand equity, and by brand equity means I'm willing to argue for shooting Palestinian toddlers in the face. That's the brand equity of 250 sticks.
He's right. That's the whole point. That's why they want to dump all this money in her lap. They want her to police the discourse on CBS, make sure everybody's sufficiently pro-Israel, make sure nobody colors outside of the lines. They trust her to do that. And so it's basically $250 million for her shitty fucking thing is just it's a fucking bribe, basically, is what it is. That shit ain't worth $250 million, D-Zax. Are you kidding me? He's not wrong. Crystal looked it up when Tim said, 7,500 views on YouTube. That's what it gets. Crystal looked it up. That's what it is. That's what it is. The free press gets like 7,000 views per fucking video. $250 million?
Give me 400 sticks. Ready? Here I go. The thing about the war and the thing that people are struggling to understand about Hamas, terrorists, Hamas, is terrorism. Hamas, New York City, blow up Trade Center, World Trade Center, flesh face, blood face, child, death, your child, killing, suburbs, killing, death, killing, terrorism, death, terrorism, Iran, death, terrorism, your children, family, terrorism, theme parks, boom, boom, bridge, bad. And what we have to do is shoot toddler in his face. Thank you. 303. Thank you very much. That's very good. And 300 million for you. Anything else you'd like? That's good. Thank you so much. 300, and it's 300 million for you. But that's the argument. Those are the arguments they make at the free press.
He's right. Come on, Tim. Come back to the good side, bro. Come back to the good side. God, I would love to have him on our side. He still can't shake free the fucking, he had JD Vance on his podcast and gave him a hot stone massage. He keeps running cover for Trump with this Epstein thing where I think Trump knows that they'll kill him if he releases the Epstein files. No, Tim, he's in the fucking Epstein files. Oh my God. But it would be a glorious thing to have this guy on our side. But he's got Bari Weiss's number. That's for damn sure. He's got her number for sure. Because it's a total fucking scam. It's a total scam. The free press. Fake university running the free press gets abysmal numbers, but they're going to dump $250 million in your fucking lap for it. We know we see through it. We know exactly what's going on. It's that you're going to police the discourse. You're going to make sure it's sufficiently pro-Israel. And so that's why they want to dump a truckload of money in your lap. And if I can see it and Tim Dillon can see it, that means across the fucking political spectrum, people can see it. We're on to you. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.